Deepak, do you have anything to add to from a hotel design perspective or?
See, what is happening is if you see the latest trends, most of the hotels, which are not five-star deluxe, but five-star and four-star hotels, they're planning their design in such a manner that they keep the fact in mind that they would be outsourcing their food and beverage outlet. So what happens in this case is you go to a five-star hotel, yet you are going to an independent restaurant. The cost of the restaurant is not as much as a five-star hotel restaurant, so people get, it's easily acceptable by them. And at the same time, you are going to a five-star hotel. So this design concept is coming in. And if you see, most of the hotels are now coming up along with the malls. So what is happening is, there's a separate entry to the hotel, not via the lobby, into the restaurants, which are actually part of the hotel. So that is not part of the mall, part of the hotel, but then, it's a totally separate entrance. So that satisfies the ego, as well as keeps the riff-raff out, as suggested.
No, interesting. So we'll come back to outsourcing, because that's something that I want to talk about separately. But if I can go back and talk about, to the hotel panelists here, the importance of banqueting. And is that, it's always been an important part of the F&B revenue within the hotel. Is that changing? Is that become more important today? And I say this in the context of driving, revenue per square foot. I mean, that's kind of what owners are focused on, and that's the subject of our discussion today. So how important is banqueting? Is it becoming more important? And if I can just add on a point to that, outdoor catering as a sort of addition to banqueting, respectively to the three of you, how is that a focus area within your respective hotels?
It's a huge part of the business, and we strive to get as much of the share that's available there. I love to hear the fact that there's 30,000 weddings taking place on one day. It means don't go out of the hotel. The traffic's so bad. So it's great to have those, especially here in India, to have those festivals and those functions, and we strive to get banquet business. We've actually innovated in a lot of ways in terms of actually going out for the small private dinner parties which are being held in homes. And that seems to be taking off quite rapidly, and that works on word of mouth, very simply. So we don't have too much advertising spend in that area. But I think that's a growing segment. And the outside catering market is growing a lot, and a lot of people approach us. We're looking at, land around our property in order to set up a huge tent. I'm not giving away any secrets here, but I think it's certainly an opportunity, and there are a lot of event management companies that are looking for alternative venues outside five-star properties and asking us to cater for it. So, if there's anybody out here, please come and see me.
Zubin, is that a focus for you guys at ITC as well?
Well, I'd agree entirely about banquets being a large focus. And there are two reasons why I would say that banquets has always been, or continues to be, and will continue to be for some time, a focus area. And what has worked very well for us in the past, once again, through one window and one evening, you have exposed a large number of people to your capabilities in food and beverage, to your brands, to your offering, what is available in the restaurants. You like what you see, you like what you eat. Of course, it's available for another banquet as well, but it's also available every day or every evening at the restaurant if you go down or come to the hotel. So that's one. The second thing is, as David mentioned earlier, we are in a business, and at the end of the day, it's all about business. And a lot of what is done there is also, well, we have budgets, but at the end of the day, what was your growth over last year? Now, in restaurants, in food and beverage, your growths will be incremental. There will be small growths. You'll probably do 5-10% growth in covers. You'll probably do a 5% growth in APC, both of those if you're lucky. And you'll probably get overall 15 to 20% growth and feel very good about it. But how do you get exponential growth? Because that's where we need to start working as well, because it's on a small base already. A 20% probably is nothing. You need exponential growth, and that's where you can come, or that can only come in from banquets. Once your capacity available in the in the hotel is over and done with, you got to start taking your banquet out.
Are you introducing more venues within your hotels for banqueting functions? Are you kind of creating venues of places or areas within the hotel that traditionally were not programmed or planned for it?
Well, there are the small niche format kind of banquets that you may have, and the flexibility or the options there, sky's the limit. But as far as large format banqueting, we're just sticking with what we have. But when you go outside and when you take caterings outside, what's very important is, remember, you're not just taking the food, you're carrying that brand with you. And what you deliver and the way it is delivered has to be commensurate with what it is that your brand stands for. Okay, so and that goes good. That's good for anybody. I mean, if you want to do a catering without saying that it is a brand that's doing the catering and it is a caterer, then so be it, and you can do your own thing. But I don't believe that that's how.
That's how why people will come to you. Anyway.
The market would not really react favorably to that. They're coming to you for your brand. You got to be able to deliver that. And one thing I've realized that in many cases, price is not necessarily a deterrent. It is quality which is primary. In India, Calcutta was a market that opened my eyes as well. I mean, Bangalore, not that hot, but Bombay, okay. Delhi, my God, you're talking about it being really hot.
And Raymond, our hotels, I mean, being sort of a chef, are you operationally geared up to do a lot of catering, or does it require a different sort of mindset of approaching this, or from a hotel perspective?
Well, the potential is there, but you need an infrastructure, a number of trucks, and a number of an infrastructure that I don't think many hotels have, especially because the size of the demands. I mean, I've seen weddings of 7,000 people here in India. So who can cater 7,000 people? Yeah, small weddings. Hotel catering has a huge potential, and the sky is the limit, but you have to invest a lot to be able to cater the demands of what the market asks. Yeah.
We can't sort of talk about disruption and not talk about technology and sort of the innovation on various fronts that's happening with technology today. Specific to F&B within a hotel, and Deepak, for you as well, for restaurants as well, what are you seeing? Are you using a lot of technology, social media? We talked about, Deepak Puri earlier talked about sort of blogging, how that's become so important. How are you leveraging and maximizing that to get the word out from a marketing perspective of your F&B capabilities? And how important is that as a marketing tool today?
I think it's extremely important, and you've got to keep with the times, and the Gen Y leading the way, and you've really got to be on top of it, otherwise you're going to miss out. We do a lot of advertising through social media, and in fact we built one outlet which was called Eye Candy, purely and simply just on Facebook, and it was an immediate success, and so we haven't stopped. I think we just got to keep up with the market trends that are happening and see what's, you got to really read and see what's going on. It's really essential to keep pace. I know Starwood, for instance, just released a keyless entry using an Apple Watch, and those sort of things. And I think it's the way of the future. There's a new hotel that opened in Japan served by robots. I mean, what's next? It's amazing.
Drones. You'll have drones instead of waiters.
Well, the drones delivering pizzas and food and all sorts of stuff. So it's really essential to be right there.
Right. I think it's easy to get carried away, but in terms of, especially for your marketing, is that Zubin, is ITC using sort of social media and technology? You've got such great, well-established brands already. Are you using social media as a way to get the word out there more aggressively?
We are leveraging it the best we can. Now, we won't pretend. I don't believe that any of us can afford to pretend that we can manage the content or our content on social media in-house. There are specialists there to do that job, hire them, use them effectively. We have a team in-house as well who does a fabulous job of keeping the content flowing, but how is it that you distribute it? How is it that you take it forward? What is it? Which markets? How do you... it's dynamic and it's changing all the time. And if there's somebody who does it better than you, just allow them to do it for you. And of course, make sure that your non-disclosure agreements are in place so that you retain the rights to that information or that technology that you're using.
Right. I've been warned that we're running out of time. So just, I guess, concluding remarks on the same subject, Raymond, from you and Deepak. But Raymond, if I can just add one more sort of element to that question is, obviously using technology to getting the word out there, but how about using technology to better understand your consumer and perhaps using more data? And, big data is sort of the sort of buzzword these days. Are you using technology to perhaps bring down your cost, to do better inventory management? Or is that something that, is still things that people are talking about and hasn't really filtered into, application within the hotels yet?
No, absolutely. I mean, I think technology and social media plays a crucial role. And in fact, everybody, I'm sure everybody is connected to TripAdvisor. I mean, TripAdvisor gives you a
sounds like a nightmare for the general managers.
Well, gives you a direct perspective of what the market thinks about your outlets and about your hotel. In fact, my entire senior team, all my chefs, they have them load the TripAdvisor application, and they are connected thrice a day just to see what's going on in the market and what's the perception we have in the market. I think that's a great tool. I mean, it can be a little dangerous as well, but it's a great tool to make you understand how you are positioned and what the guest is expecting when it comes to your hotel, to your outlet. Yeah.
And Deepak, from your perspective of helping standalone restaurants maximize revenue and enhance their performance, how do you advise them, or do you advise them at all with the use of technology, both on the revenue side as well as perhaps even on bringing down or controlling on the cost side? Yeah.
The results of technology are mixed. What happens is that in freestanding restaurants, as per my personal understanding, the 80-20 rule follows. That is, 80% of the revenue of a day's sale is contributed by 20% of people. And that category of people will not want to, at the end of their meal, sit down and tap on a tab and say good, bad, fair, ugly. And in case, a big table who spent around 40,000 or 50,000 on a meal and with their 2 bottles of Shivas, after that, if they want to fill that column, they'll probably give it to their son or daughter and say, fill in the remarks. So, and the 80% of the people who are dancing on the floor on happy hours and who are tab friendly, their result is going to dominate over the result of the people who are actually spending money. So the restaurant owners have to be very careful whom they're approaching and how to tabulate those results, not based on number of people, but based on the amount of spenders.
The value, the value that the customers find.
That makes business sense.
Well, with that, I want to thank everyone. It was a very interesting conversation, and we'll be watching this space closely, especially on the technology side. Thank you very much.
Dish TV is Asia's largest, just a minute, something seems to be wrong with this. Can you move it up? As most of you would be aware, Dish TV is not only the pioneer in the DTH category, but we are also the leaders. We were the first ones to launch in India. We were the first one to come with a high definition box. We were the first one to come with a standard definition box with a recorder. First ones to come with a Dish Online solution and a host of consumer delight services. We have more than 25% market share. In fact, in the last financial year, our market share is more than 28%. We have 18.5 million subscribers and we offer the maximum number of channels. Sorry. What sets us apart? The one before this? What sets us apart in relation to everybody else, whether in the cable or the DTH segment, is we have superior technology, we offer value for money solutions, value added solutions, and absolute variety in content, including international content for your customers. We've been rated India's most trusted brand 2 years running, in the year 13-14 and in the year 15. We got the best loyalty awards and of course the most attractive DTH brand award last year. We have a host of products. We got high definition, we got standard definition along with recording facility, we got TV on the go, which is Dish Online, and live TV, which means on your vehicle, on your car, on your yacht, on your aircraft, you can actually offer a solution. Look, something seems to... Can you get back? The next one now. We already have more than 30,000 hotel rooms wired and working on Dish TV nationally. 1,100 properties, out of which more than 200 happen to be 4 and 5 star properties. We offer customized solutions. We got 8 dedicated account managers to work along with you, partner with you. We got a nationwide service support with more than 1,200 service partners in every major city in the country. It's 24/7 service support is available, and of course both our packaging and pricing can be customized as per your need. I would just like to run you through some of our valued partners. We have, for example, with the Marriott Group, we are nationally in every property of theirs. With Lemon Tree, Red Fox, nationally every property of theirs. And of course with Hyatt, Taj, Park Plaza, nationally in every property of Park Plaza, Ramada. So all the brands, major brands are already with Dish TV in terms of we offering a solution for you. I talked about customized solutions. So depending upon your property, we can work out a solution including head-end solutions. So if you got a resort, for instance, we have a separate solution and we'll partner with you to work out. If you got a multi-floor building, we can work out a solution which is very easy to install, a very non-intrusive, and causes the least discomfort and time in terms of installation. The panel before I got in here was discussing about disruption and also how we can look at a revenue model for the industry. As the pioneer, till now television viewing experience for hotels has been a cost center. We are the first solution provider to have come with an option where we can partner with you and work with you to make television viewing into a revenue and profit center. Believe me, it's a revolutionary new product, extremely disruptive, which is really going to help you both revenue and profit center. So I would like to invite you to please drop in into our stall. I and my team would be more than glad to sit with you and give you insights on how we can partner with you. Thank you.